guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chatli. If you're a new subscriber, you are welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome all the same. I know guys, it has been a while since I last uploaded on my YouTube channel, but here I am guys, and I thought since it's been a while, let me just go in with something more relaxing and less tense for me. And so I just decided to give you guys like a story of like a story time of like an experience I had like 2 years back. um it has to do with my visa, guys. So I think like about 2 years back, I was applying for my visa. So even before then, I've had like really quite unpleasant incidents when it comes to applying for visa. Here I've been duped, and that's because of, I think, or I would say it's all on me, it falls all on me, because I was really stupid, guys. But yeah, that was what happened. And I've had really bad experience, like I said, with applying for my visa, and I've been duped before when it comes to that. I had to pay the consequences. I had to pay for illegal stay in Uganda and all that. So when they started the online application, for me it was like one of the best things for me, because I didn't have to go through someone. You would just do everything online, and then you just had to go and pay. So I had done all that process, because that's how, I think they started it like some few years back. But then when they started, what you do is that you go online and then you fill in all the form. So when you fill in all the form, like everything that you need to do at that moment, they will now either accept your application or not, depending if there's a reason why they didn't accept it. Sometimes it might be like maybe the document you had scanned is not clear enough, or maybe you missed some things. So they will tell you to like try that, redo it again. So you keep doing it until they accept that this thing. So for those of you that don't know, for me, I have a student visa. So student visa here in Uganda, you have to apply for it every year. So you apply for it, and it's like $100 for every year. So what they do is that after you've accepted they've accepted your application, then they now give you the permission to go to the bank and deposit the $100 in the bank. So that was what happened. That process was a bit stressful for me, but at the end of the day, like, I was just so happy, because after you deposit the money in the bank, then the next step is for you to go over and get your fingerprints and all that, and get your student's visa. And uh so guys, I went through all that process. Like, I did everything that was asked of me. Like, I'd done everything, and I was actually going to the bank. So I have a friend, she's also Nigerian, and we had applied around the same time, and it was approved also around the same time. So we're actually going over to go and get our student's visa. So what happened was that, when before then, she had already paid for hers in the bank. Me, I had not paid. So I told her, okay, we're going to meet at a particular place. I was going to go to the bank, I pay, and then we meet at a particular place, and then we just go together and have everything sorted, and then like I come, and then we come back together. So that was the plan, guys. And I stopped. I was supposed to take a taxi from where I was to the bank. It was just literally on the road, so it was going to be easier for me. So I was going to, I think as at then, it was just only in Diamond Trust Bank that they were allowing us to pay in for students' visa. So that was the direction of where I was going to. So I immediately, like, I stopped the taxi. I don't know, there was just something like about, like, my instincts were just going all over the place, like all over. You guys, for the first time, I had someone telling me, don't enter that taxi, like, don't enter that taxi. And I was like, I'm in a hurry, because she had already called me. She's someone that keeps time, and I'm a perpetual latecomer. Anyone that knows me knows that about me. It's not something I'm proud of, but yeah. So I was already in a hurry. I'm like, before I start waiting for another taxi to come, I might as well just get in, and we go. So I sat at the front. Though I can never forget, they were like about, this was way before the COVID. So we were like just about like six people, sorry, in the taxi, apart from the driver and the conductor. But there was only one female apart from me. So we're like two females, and about, I think, about five males were there. That's exclusive of the conductor and the driver. So I got in, I sat down at the front. So next to me was another man that was sitting like next to me. You guys, while I was going through, because I'd asked, I bargained about the price and all that, and I sat down. Something kept telling me, get out of that car, like get out of that taxi, get out of that taxi. But like, we human beings, we tend to be very stubborn about things like that. And so I was like, nah, in my head, I was like, nah, it's not far, because where I was going to was really not far from, it was like about 1,000 shillings. Then, yeah, it was like about 1,000 shillings from where I was, like, from where I was to where I was, my destination. So I was like, okay, let me just go. So I noticed that when I came in, I closed the door. And for some reason, my bag was seated on my shoulder, on my laps rather. And the guy next to me had this really big what's it called, jackets, those ones that are like kind of made of leather, those really big thick jacket. He had it, was like on his laps. So for some reason, I don't know what happened. Like as we started moving, I noticed that the conductor kept trying to open my, like, it was like, okay, the way he was doing it was like my door wasn't really locked, but it was locked, and he did it like 3 times. So anytime he does it, like I would have to move, like my direction, my attention would be on the door, because I was like wondering what's happening, like why does it keep trying to open and close the this thing, because it felt like it was well locked to me. So he did that like about 3 times, and then like for some reason something just told me, look at your bag, like look at your bag. So when I just turned and I looked at my laps, I noticed that half of that man's jacket was on me, like it was literally on me, like half covered, like over half of my laps. And I'm a big girl, like if you know me, like I'm not like skinny. So I was like, at first I was like, okay, what's happening? Then I pushed his jacket, and I noticed that my bag was open, and it wasn't open that time. I didn't even feel it being open. And you guys, I had, if you know my mom, like she's so strict, she would never have given me that money again if I had lost that money. So I was so careful with it, because I was like, if anything should happen to this money, she's going to tell me you have to figure out a way to get that $100. So I knew, like when I kept the money, I was really, really focused on where I was keeping it, and I was really careful with like how I had kept the money and all that. My bag was open, and I rose this man's jacket, and because I had it in like 50,000 shillings, and the whole money, because I was going to the bank, and I would just put it in the bank like as dollars, but I had like the equivalent of $100 plus charges and all that. And it was like the whole money I had with me, you guys, was like literally on that man's laps. Like, because, and the funny thing is that, if I don't know, like honestly speaking, I would say it's just God, because I was already holding my transport on my hands. In my hands, like I already had my transport. I do that every time. I have this really bad anxiety of losing money, so I always make sure that the money I'm supposed to pay, the tax or but I always hold it, so that immediately I come down, I give you your money and all that. So if I had not checked, I would probably have left that car, that vehicle, and not even known that like my money was gone. And immediately I saw it, like I was already freaking out, I was scared. And that was when everything like kind of occurred to me, like this thing was planned. The driver looked so shocked, like he looked so surprised. He wasn't expecting me to find that. So I quickly picked the money, and I just kept thinking, what if they attack me, because they can actually attack me there. And automatically the driver just stopped, like everywhere became tensed, like everything. It was like I caught them or something, you guys. And then immediately I held the money, and then I came down from then no, the driver immediately stopped, and he was like, oh, we're not going to where you are going. And I was like, okay. I didn't even want to argue, you understand. I was like, you guys, my money is with me. I dropped, and you were like, no, 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 you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay. And they drove off, and like everyone in the car were just looking at me like with shock, and like, like I don't know, I think they were not expecting me to find out. And at first everything didn't really come to me. It was later that I was like, this thing was planned. It was really planned, because like the way everything happened, it was so obvious that it was planned. Because why is it that they just decided that, oh, we're not going where you are going? it, I don't know if you guys had that. But anyways, why is it that they just decided like immediately after I caught that guy, That was when they decided, and they were like, oh, we're not going where you are going. And immediately I stepped out of the car, that was when that voice I kept hearing just subsided. Like, that was when I just didn't hear anything again. And it was like, because I told my mom, and she was like, that was the Holy Spirit talking to you, and you didn't listen. And I'm just so grateful that, because, like, disobedience actually do come with consequences. But I was so scared. Like, even when I was able to get another taxi to take me to that place, you guys, I held my back like it was my life. I got there, I paid, I finally did everything. But like, I keep putting that in my mind, and this is the closest I've ever been to anything like that happening to me in public. Like, my room at some point has been like, arm robbers came to our hotel at some point. But then God so kind, I was not in my room when it happened. So the rooms they attacked was one of my rooms. They were able to get some things off my room, but fortunately I was not in, because they threatened a lot of people, like especially girls and all that. And they were speaking Luganda. So imagine me that I cannot even speak Luganda. Imagine what would have happened if they had caught me at that moment. So, you guys, yeah, it was really a very scary experience for me. I think till now, even whenever I'm going for my student pass, I always remember that, and it kind of freaks me out for some very weird reason. Like, I don't know why, but I just don't like it. I don't move around with a huge amount of money in my hands. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And like I said, I know the kind of mother I have. If I lose that money, like, I'm not getting anything. Like, I'll have to sort out myself. So, like, it just stresses me a lot. So that was what happened, you guys. Just, moral of the story: be very careful out there, and also listen to, like, just always listen to your conscience, and listen to God or the Holy Spirit whenever they are ministering to you about something. If you feel like you're not supposed to do something, you feel like unsettled about anything, please, guys, just let it go. It's not worth it, guys. So, yeah, that's it. I think this video is going to be short. I'm not sure. Let's edit. For sometimes I say my videos are going to be short, and then it ends up being 20 something minutes, but I think this is going to be short. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think, and if you've had any experience like this, just let me know in the comment section. I don't know if it's just me, if it's something that has been happening before in Uganda, but just let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video entertaining or helpful in any way, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also press on the notification bell, just so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Guys, I'm trying to reach to 1,000 subscribers, so if you can help me and just do that, and also comment and share, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you all again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.